This is the activity part of the video showing us eating and keeping up with the singer solution. It's the 9th of November,
The first day of our
first day of our
journey.
meat-free journey. No meat, no GM, genetically modified foods,
no
and we will abstain from
buying luxury
items,
and
and we will strive to keep up with the goal of the singer solution. Update on the singer solution: we make baked beans with mashed potato and carrot sticks.
and this is my food right here with the flour tortilla, the special Belizean flour tortilla handmade by us, produced in that kitchen. And yep, and also we're abstaining from buying luxury items.
No luxury items for the past.
We just watch and walk away.
Yes, and we are being good to the environment. We throw litter in the right places.
I help the elder people and also pick up garbage.
And well, so far, like it hasn't been that hard to abstain from meat. We thought it would be harder, right?
Yes, sir.
I thought that
Another
you feel
day
like
eating rice
nutrition
with
deficiency
beans.
or something, but
Actually, pretty healthy because I feel like I have more life during the day.
you feel
As
more
you can see, no meat or
energetic, right? So,
any
so far so good.
GMF
Hopefully,
food.
we'll see how
And it's
what the end
another
result
day.
is. So it's Sunday the 19th. This is lunch. Orange and 2 bananas and some water, and it's raining outside, and as you can see I have the lights off to save on electricity. I could have the lights on, to see better and do my chores, but as a means of conserving energy and like I said before, money that can be diverted into helping people instead of on energy, then I am working with the lights off, trying to comply with the singer solution. Alright, so this is day 2 of the singer solution experiment, and I'm eating straight from any meat products. This is the last day of the singer solution project.
And we were in the shop looking for something to eat, and we found this Decon's gourmet spaghetti, cooks in 5 minutes, boiling water, made in Belize. And we bought it because we want to support Belizean economy, because the economy is not that good, and so by supporting this, we help in the economy, and this is a Belizean product, so all the money goes to Belize.
Exactly, and that is a way of, the singer solution is all about reducing poverty. So by supporting Belizean manufacturers, we help to reduce poverty in our own country.
And it's not that of a luxury because the price isn't that high. you don't need to know, but it costs about $285 for this whole pack. You see how much it brings?
Both pack.
And the media crema, well, we couldn't find this in Belizean.
There aren't any Belizean media cremas or tomato sauce.
These are Mexicans.
And they're modestly priced, $150. So this is what we'll be doing as our last meal, and we have some oranges if we're still not hungry, not completely full.
Also, we can do orange juice out of this.
We can. We'll see if we do that. And in a few, we shall video the finished product. Right.
This is the end result of the Quan's spaghetti. It looks like that, but it's good. Like, we never know it may come out good, but it come out good.
And well, this is the final meal that we're eating as a singer solution.
After a week,
because we started out with a lunch, right? So we're ending it with a lunch a week later.
afternoon. Today we are on the final day of our single solution journey, as we can call it, right here, and two of us did the video together, and we have the definition of the single solution, which will be explained by Mauricio.
Yeah, so the single solution is it's a theory proposed by Peter Singer. That's hence the name, and he is a utilitarian philosopher. A utilitarian is someone who looks towards the greater good of society. And the definition of the solution is that whatever money we do not use on necessary things, like things that we need, commodities, whatever is spent on commodities, should be donated to the needy. And if everybody did that, there would be no poverty in the world. And that is basically the definition.
There is a case from Dora. It's a Brazilian, originated from Brazil, right? It says that there's this lady, or man, it didn't really specify that she was given a task to get a homeless kid, right? So the task was that she needed to carry this kid to this person's home, right? And then all the way along, she kind of knew what it was about till her neighbor said the plain truth to her face, which was that the kid was going to be killed in order to be used for his organs, right? So this affected her because then she couldn't sleep at night. So she was really thinking on it heavy.
And she had gained $1,000 that paid her, and she had bought a TV set with this $1,000.
Yeah, she could have bought in a TV set, and she could have had a little, enjoyment with the extra money. But then upon she seeing this, she just couldn't do that move. So she didn't end up taking the kid to the place. So she went out of that situation, right? But there's another situation, including Bob. This is a situation which was created by Peter Unger
of New York. He wrote a book called Living High and Letting Die.
Yes, and this situation says that he has a Bugatti. He saved his
entire life
savings on that Bugatti, right? Now one evening he leaves it near a railroad
track,
and upon that he sees that this train is coming full speed. There is a child on the other side of the railroad.
There are two directions the train can go: the Bugatti and the child. And he's standing here with a switch.
So he has the option to either save his Bugatti and let the train kill the child, or he can save the child's life and, well, goodbye Bugatti, right? But upon that he chose to
save
his Bugatti, right? Because then that's his life savings. So the child got killed by the train. Now upon this you can see that the one with Dora, it had a realization. Maybe it's because she had an intimate relationship with the children, a face-to-face, because she actually met the homeless kid. While the one with the Bugatti, he didn't even see the child up close. The child was far away. So then on that he just decided to choose the Bugatti over the child's life.
And the way that this is linked to the single solution is that when we see someone close to us that is suffering, we are more likely to help them, right? If you see an old man that is trying to cross the road and there are cars coming, you will try to help him. But you don't really care about a homeless Asian halfway across the world that you will never ever meet in your life. And that is the difference between two scenarios, because Dora had a face-to-face contact with the child. Bob saw a silhouette on the railroad. He doesn't know the person, never saw his face, right? But regardless, if Dora hadn't decided to stop what she was doing, she would have been a kid. She would have played a part in that child's death. And if Bob did play a part in the child's death, right? Indirectly. But the moral of the story is that if you neglect someone close to you who is suffering, you are doing wrong. If you neglect someone far away from you who is suffering, you are still doing wrong. So the way that you can avoid doing wrong is by taking all that money that you don't need because it's a commodity, like my partner Uriel said, and donating it. And that is how you help people near and far. And that is the only way that we can stop world poverty. And these analysis, these comparisons really make you think. Because I mean, even though you'll never meet that child, in Africa, in China, in all those places that are stricken by poverty, you can help them, and by not helping them, it's like you're killing them.
Yes,
right?
and also it states that, just as he said, no commodities, right? This includes eating in the restaurants, going to the mall, playing bolido, and all of those commodities that you won't even get the money back.
So if you were to stop that and donate the money, then you would be participating in the same solution.
Because even though those are two comparisons, at the end of the day, we are being classified as killers by the single solution because
For not helping.
because we are still not giving any money to the needy, to the organizations that help the poor, and especially in the kids' life that have to do with health, because donating money to those organizations would help them receive like medicines and stuff like that for the child, and that would really help a child's life.
It would. And since we have discussed the content of the single solution, now we will discuss the activity that was carried out. We are filming this after we carried out the activities. So we will simply now discuss what we did, what we had to do, and then later on we will evaluate what we did. We will say, was it successful, was it not successful, and we'll answer the prompting questions.
Yes. Alright, so these are the questions. Were you successful? Was giving up whatever you gave up harder, easier than you anticipated it to be? So we thought that this was going to be really hard, but then it was not easy and it was in between. So like for us, it was something that we did, and so yes, we were successful in doing this project.
Question number 2. Do you find yourself more or less convinced by Singer's argument after you've experienced what it's like to make the changes that he recommends? Why or why not? I think that I find myself more convinced because it's not hard to do what Singer says. All Singer says is basically, he says a lot of things, right? 5 pages worth of things. But all that he says is, if you have this money and you're going to spend it on a cruise, on a suit, and he quoted this, $1,000 suit could save 5 lives. So if you're going to use it on something that you don't need, if you need the suit because you're a businessman, buy it. If you don't need it, take the money, donate it. That's all that he's saying. And after I've done that for a week, after I've stopped spending unnecessary money and stopped eating meat to prevent animal cruelty and use less electricity, I think that I'm more convinced that Singer's argument is a good argument. So yes, we are more convinced after doing it for a week. Number 3, the Singer solution to world poverty. Singer claims that there is no fundamental moral difference between Dora selling a kid in order to get a TV and us buying a new TV instead of helping starving children. Do you agree? I do agree, because I mean, every on the TV you see these commercials about these, for only 99 cents a day you can help starving children.
Even dogs.
Even dogs, right? And it touches me because it's true. If I had a credit card, I know if we had a credit card, we would donate, but we don't have a credit card. And if there was a way of taking every dollar I save and putting it somewhere for those kids, I would do it. Because there is really no difference. Do you imagine what would happen if every rich person in the States gave at least $5 every week? So much people would be cured of simple diseases like diarrhea, like what the reading says. The other side of the world where people need it would be really beneficial to them. There are 2 situations: the one that directly hurts people, Dora, and the one that hurts people without even meeting them, without even realizing it. That's Bob. In my opinion, there is no difference. By killing someone and not doing anything to stop someone from dying, you are still killing someone. nonetheless, there are some moral differences between the situations because Bob had more to lose. Bob had put his entire savings into the car. He had if he lost the car, he would lose his retirement money. Dora wanted a TV. She didn't have to kill someone over a TV. But nonetheless, Bob still shouldn't have taken that life. But there are moral differences between the two situations because Bob had more to lose. But yes, but no, I do not believe there are any differences between the two. The two of them still hurt someone, and they shouldn't have.
Explaining what respect the case of Bob and the Bugatti is a more compelling analogy with our situation when we don't give money to UNICEF or Oxfam America. So then this is saying that Bob and the Bugatti is like us, right? Because we are not giving to the kids, so we're indirectly killing them because we don't know them because they are kids from Africa, from Asia, all over the world, Brazil. So we don't know them, so we don't have an intimate relationship with them. So
just like Bob couldn't even see the kid's face.
So he didn't see the kid face. So he didn't even like no type of relationship. So this is what it's saying here. And yes, we should give to UNICEF or Oxfam America.
We should because Bob's analogy fits to our lives because like how Uriel said, we don't meet them, but by not giving, we are still hurting them. So that is how it's compelling to our situation. And the last question, at what point are you morally obliged to stop giving according to Singer? What do you think of this? So, Singer says, and I quote this, only when the sacrifices become very big indeed would most people be prepared to say Bob does nothing wrong when he decides not to throw the switch. So only when we are under extreme severe stress, when we really have it hard and we can't give, then we are then we are financially obliged to stop giving, but we still aren't morally obliged. According to Singer, we are never morally legitimated to stop giving because we can always give. We always have extra. We always, we always buy things we don't need. We always go on trips that we don't need.
That's on a daily, every weekend. As you can see, Belizeans go to Chetumal, they go to Guatemala. That's
exactly. Not every Belizeans. The people who really don't have.
Those are
the people we're supposed to help.
Yes, because from standard to the rich living, everybody
yes.
when you call everybody to that reason.
So we are never obliged to stop giving. We should always give until we can't give no more, according to Singer. And those are the guiding questions. This thing, it asks for cultural factors. So in Belizean society, we eat a lot of meat. People are really vegetarian, so it was hard for us in that aspect because, we see everybody around with eat meat, and it was hard to give it up for a week. But I think it was worth it. And that's basically cultural factors. Apart from that, we live in a selfish society where people don't really like give. You see one drunken man, they're like, no, t-shirt will work. So we had to look past those things and to carry out our experiment, right? So that's basically the cultural factors that we had to deal with.
Yes, sir. That's it.